Hey guys, it's GalahadB again, and today I'm covering the final game of this last season's GPTL series, Game 3, and we know where the players stand. We have 3 players tied on 6 points, which is Babook49, ppdx, and myself, and Jesseg with only 2 points, so for him it's impossible to win this division. But obviously we didn't know that. At this point in time, I think we started to realize that at some point in the final round. So yeah, and let's get straight to the rotation and the faction selection and everything. So ppdx this time is rotating the map. What we have here, so first round, big building, and last round, big building. Round 4, fed scoring. And then satellites and number of buildings for the final scoring. Yeah, nothing really that stands out otherwise. Really good early boosters. This is probably the best one. This is also really good, and this is also really good early. And these are also pretty good, but not a lot of scoring boosters. Only 2 scoring boosters. So yeah, that's gonna be fought over for the final couple of rounds. What about the advanced tactiles? We have 2 income tactiles, and this advanced tactile, which really isn't that good in my opinion. And this is also a little difficult to make use of because it's at the top of the AI track with a round 4 fed scoring. Yeah, it's a little awkward. So advanced tactiles are a little difficult to work this time around. I mean, maybe somebody gets this and runs up here, and somebody will probably go up science and maybe get this for some 20 points if things work out perfectly. We will see. Nothing that really springs to mind right now, so this is the rotation. I don't know if he even rotated or not. And oh, I'm the first one to add something to the draft. Wow, and I really don't remember what I did. What did I do? I remember which faction I ended up with. And I think seeing this, I probably went for like Firaks, because they have a useful tile that's not bad for the Firaks. It would make some sense. So yeah, I like gray. Gray setup seems pretty decent. Orange is a little screwed, but playable. Brown seems slightly awkward, but also playable. Red. Yeah, everything seems kind of playable. But gray definitely got the best setup, but gray is also pretty difficult to play most of the times. I think I went with Firaks here. Yeah, I did. Right, Jesse added the Terrans. That makes some sense. Even though like this advanced tactile really isn't very good for them. But this Gaia tactile works nicely for them. And there's some chance that they will be uncontested because there's not a lot of Gaia stuff happening there. And this is very uninspiring. Babu picked the Taklons. Yeah, with Firaks around, that makes some sense. So I mean, I guess Firaks and Terrans could start here and then Taklons start here, then they have to take this jump to here or there to profit. But I think that can be worked with. And then final pick is Itars. So we have a pretty stacked lineup here. Itars, Taklons, Terrans. And I mean, Firaks are honestly also pretty good. And so, alright, what am I thinking here? Well, one of the first things that stand out is that these 3 make some excellent starting positions. This spot is really good for the Terrans. It has Gaia right next to them, and another Terran planet in range 3, and then there's another Gaia planet right next to the Strandstem. So yeah, you might even be able to skip navigation for a bit. So the other planets for the Terrans are not set up quite so nicely. But this is a nice leeching point for all three of these, ignoring the Taclons. And like even if the Taclons make it over there, either by jumping to this one or going here or here, they will only have one neighbor. So not ideal for the Taclons. But they will eventually get some extra charge from the Firaks when they build here, unless the Taclons take these planets over for themselves, which makes some sense, but also gives them less charge. So right off the bat, I feel like Taclons might have some problems. Right, there's another spot over here where you have gray, white, and blue all together. I mean, I'm not saying this is particularly exciting for blue, or the Terrans, but I mean, this is not very exciting either. You will only have Taclons as neighbors, and yeah, not the best expansion. So it's to me, it's more likely that Terrans will go over here than over there. But who knows? So yeah, Taclons, I feel like they will have some problems. Like they're not bad here, but they have some early hurdles that they need to take to be relevant. And then you also need a game plan. So we'll see about that in a bit. So what's the Firaks game plan? Obviously go econ, and probably mix of terraforming and navigation, and then probably try and get this advanced tactile, do a lot of Gaia terraforming, and leave Gaia forming to other factions. Terran game plan is basically the same every time. You want to do some Gaia formings, navigation, maybe some science, and just hope that nobody will do a lot of Gaia forming other than you. And spoiler alert, that's not going to happen with the Itars around. So Itars will definitely want to Gaia form at some point, probably even round 1. So Terrans will have competition Gaia forming. If it's just the Itars, can be worked with sometimes, but it's not the perfect Terran setup. The final scoring is not amazing for them, but not too bad. I mean, satellite scoring is good for the Terrans. It's not so good for the Itars. So my gut feeling says Taclons have some problems. Terrans are good, but they have competition and not the best planet setup. So, like, I think my gut feeling was that Firaks and Itars were more appealing to me. So what about Itars? Itars have one glaring problem. They have 2 color neighbors, which is the only faction. No, actually, Firaks also have 2 color neighbors. Yeah, that's a problem for Itars. It's less of a problem for that's a problem for Firaks. It's less of a problem for the Itars. Why? Because Firaks probably want to go terraforming this game with this advanced tactile setup and the fact that there's already 2 other Gaia forming factions. But when your home planets are possibly, at least partly, being stolen away from your color neighbors, and the color neighbors will take their own home planets, then everything you want to take is at least 2 terraforming steps away, and that's really bad for a faction that struggles with expanding early on. So yeah, that can be really awkward to deal with. It's slightly less of a problem for Itars in my opinion, because Itars are gonna do some Gaia forming anyway, so they don't need to terraform quite so much. Obviously, they would still prefer not having 2 color neighbors, but it's more manageable, I feel like. So yeah, I think my gut feeling here was that nothing really stands out. Like I didn't have any faction where I was saying like, oh, I definitely want to play them. But I was feeling like Terrans and Taclons maybe not so hard. Firaks with the 2 color neighbors probably less ideal than the Itars, so I think my gut feeling was I wanted to play Itars more than the others, not because I thought that Itars were like busted with this setup. I mean, the white planets are not in the best positions, but they are in serviceable positions, I would think. Yeah, I really don't remember how much I bid, but so we look at that. So yeah, I was bidding 25 points on Itars. That seems maybe a little high. Jesse wanted Terrans, and then Babook and ppdx were fighting over Taklons. And yeah, they just ended up bidding Taklons to 5. So basically, yeah, ppdx paid 5 VP to play Taklons, which was surprising to me, but I dig it. And then everybody else got what they wanted, basically. Other than Babook, but he was fine getting 5 VP. For the Firaks. Alright, so we are playing Itars. Right, one downside for the Itars, I would say, is that I'm now in last seed. Not ideal. So that was maybe a reason to play Firaks over Itars, but I still feel like that is fine. Alright, big surprise. There's a mine. There's a mine exactly as I thought. Yeah, Taklon's trying to make this more appealing. And I think I'll jump at it because this has a transstem right next to it, which I like. And also it gives me a chance that maybe Taklons will build next to me. Okay, this is totally expected. It's very central. It allows the Taklons to jump to one of these Gaias and fade from the Firaks building, potentially. I mean, Firaks might build elsewhere first. But it's likely that Firaks will try, because there's a big building round 1 scoring, that you'll try to do PI and Research Lab round 1. Alright. And Babook places here makes some sense, but also a little surprising. But yeah, I guess kinda like yeah, it does make sense. So you have some access to these, like to the right part of the map. If you place like down here, then you're gonna struggle to make your way across to the right hand side. Alright, I'm Itars. So in case you don't really know, like this is usually the best tile for the Itars early on. Because what you want to be doing, at least if you're going for the PI route early, is you want to burn a lot of tokens into your Gaia bowl, because that's your special ability. Whenever you discard a power token to advance another one, you don't remove that one token, it instead goes to your Gaia bowl. And phase 2 of each new round, you can, as much or as often as you like, you can discard for power tokens from the Gaia bowl to take a free tactile with the research advancement that it comes with. So that's super powerful. And yeah, so 2 tokens, basically half a tactile, which is incredible. And you also get an ore. So I'm 100% sure I take this tile right now. No further questions. So there's some debate, and we discussed this in the Discord channel, whether Itars should open Academy or PI. So Itars have the strongest Academy in the game. They get 3 knowledge from it, so just Academy and your base income gives you 4 knowledge every round, which is super powerful. And Itars also start with an extra ore. Like you can see it right here. I have 5 ore, and that's not because of my round boost, right? That hasn't even come into effect yet. So I start with 1 more ore than everyone else. The Firaks start with 1 less ore than everyone else. So that's a big advantage, and that really helps building towards the Academy, which is the strongest Academy in the game. But they also have the strongest PI in the game, in my opinion, because this is like lots of free tactiles. Like, who needs power token, right? You can always get them back at some point. Probably. Alright, so what's better? Academy opening or PI opening? And I've tried both a lot. I used to do a lot of AC openings with them in my earlier Gaia Project days. And then I've tried PI opening once. Not like just because someone said that it was really good and I didn't really see it why at first, but then I tried it once and I was blown away by it, by how good it felt, and it was at that point my highest scoring game ever. And so I started doing it more often, and every time it was like, or almost every time it was really, really strong. And yeah, from that point on, I almost never opened Academy with the Itars anymore. I think both are really good options, but I think if in doubt, usually PI opening is the safer way if you can juggle the tactiles. The one challenge, I guess. But yeah, PI opening, super strong. AC opening, also very strong, but it is a little slower, right? Especially if you also accompany it with steps up on economy or in science, then you'll not do a lot of expansion early. And especially with two color neighbors and without early Gaia forming, that can really hurt. So certainly this game, I'm 100% going the I route. Alright. Taklons take this tile, we know why, because they want to jump to one of the Gaia planets and start the leech from Firaks. Terrans take, yeah, this, it's incredible that this wheel's to the third pick. It's like, usually it's the best tile you can get. And then, yeah, Firaks really happy with this tile as well. Alright, round one. So yeah, at this point I'm feeling really good, thinking, yeah, I got a really good faction, everything exactly as I thought it would be. And of course, Firaks upgrade here first, before the Taklons can jump over. So they don't get charged right now. And then, obviously, Terrans follow suit. And guess where I'll be upgrading? Right, yeah, ppdx, burn something to gain an ore, makes sense. And then they jump here, as I expected, and I'll obviously upgrade. Alright. Terrans. Alright, everybody just charging. Right, Firaks. I didn't even have to burn any. That's pretty good. They just got yeah, they got 6 power and could take the 2 ore action. That's really huge for them. And it also didn't charge the Taklons at all. Nice. Jesseg, yeah, takes the best tactile for the Terrans with a step up on terraforming, so he's going for an Academy opening. Makes a lot of sense. Like as Terrans early, you struggle between, do I open PI or do I open Academy? At least if it's like a big building, round one scoring. Otherwise, you could go for Research Lab and many mines, or Research Lab, Trade Station, and a couple of mines. But certainly with a round one big building scoring, you want to open PI or Academy. And I think like you can guess that Itars might want a Gaia form pretty early on, so your PI is going to be less valuable. So it makes a lot of sense to go the Academy route. Right, Taklons upgrade, makes sense. And then, yeah, I burn 3 tokens, and they are not burned, they're in the Gaia ball. And then I take 2 additional power tokens, which may seem confusing to people not familiar to the Itars, but same reasoning as with this booster tile. Taking this power action is basically, it basically reads gain half a tactile. That's stupidly busted for the, especially this early on. And like, so it's very, very easy to get to 8 power tokens at the end of round 1 is Itars. But really, if you can get 12 power tokens into the Gaia Ball, that's 3 tactiles at the start of round 2. Like after the income phase, which is slightly inconvenient, but still. Alright. Babuk upgrades here, only giving 1 power to the Taklons. Like, Taklons only have 1 neighbor that upgrades, right? Really inconvenient. But yeah, it's enough to get another ore. Wait, what did Jesse do? Alright, he charged for Taklons upgrade, and Yeah, I think they did the same as the Terrans. Yeah, like their tactile will go up terraforming, so they want an AC opening as well. I don't. I'll just PI. I hope for some more charge. I mean, I'm guaranteed to get more charge. I know Terrans are gonna upgrade. I know Firaks are gonna upgrade at least once. If this is the research lab, then it's also gonna be downgraded, so I get lots of charge. Like at least 2 more charges. And then also they will jump here eventually. Not this round, maybe. Eventually. Alright, I go up Gaia forming. Oh wow, yeah, and Firaks also got the 7 coins action. So round 1, the Firaks got both the 2 ore and the 7 coins. Incredible. They really need both. Right, they jump here. I'm really happy I get more power. And then Terrans also upgrade there. Really happy I get even more power. And yeah, the downside is Taklon's also got some stuff. And they are setting up for their own academy. I think I just take this, right? Oh, do I? Right, I can jump here now. That's so good. Oh, that really screws turns. Oh, it doesn't screw them that much. Oh, I jump here. Yeah, that makes even more sense, I guess, because it puts me in range of this, and it gives me 2 friends Tims to work with. And now I have 6 power tokens in the Gaia Bowl. So just with Gaia forming, I'll get to 12. So this is a perfect round 1 opening, basically, for Firaks. For the Itars. I mean, we all get good open, right? Oh wow, Jesse G jumps over there. Alright, that's kinda expensive. Oh no, he is on Nav2. Alright, sure. Yeah, that's really good then. I mean, Terrans Academy, 2 mine opening with 2 income tactiles. That's really solid. It's all. I get more. Not sure why, but yeah, I guess. I mean, I get 4 power and 2 new tokens anyway, so I don't need to reserve any tokens. Income-wise, I mean. Still, I transform 1 ore into 1 token. Yeah, because you really struggle with tokens early on, Itars. Right, I pass first, that's nice. Maybe, yeah, I probably did it so I can accept some charge now. And that gives me, with my income, enough to take this power action, gaining 2 more tokens at the start of next round. So I'll have some more tokens. I have 4 plus 2, 6, plus probably taking a step up here, 9 tokens then. So potentially I can do my PI ability 2 more times at the start of round 3, which would be really good. Alright, let's take a look where we're at. So yeah, Firaks got the dream opening, PI, research lab, and then downgraded to trade station, and 1 extra mine. With 2 steps up economy, 1 step up terraforming, but not with an income tactile. We already discussed that Terran's Taklon's got amazing openings. Taklon's actually opened Academy with 4 mines. But no additional income, like they didn't play on economy or science tracks. But my start looks like the weakest, but we're Itars, we got 13 tokens in the Gaia Ball route. We also have a stellar opening. And now the really difficult choice is, where do we go from here? So usually you want to take the income tactiles as early on as you can, because you have a slight delay with them, right? If I take an income tile now, like this, for example, it wouldn't give me income this round. So if I take it at the start of round 3, it would only give me income 3 times. Whereas if I take it now, it will generate income 4 times. And then there's some consideration whether I'll be able to build a research lab this round, which would maybe incline me to take this tile and then the research lab take one thing. But looking at my coins, I don't think I'll be able to afford a research lab this round. Probably just build a mine and upgrade it, and that's it. And well, and Gaia form. So oftentimes you want to take one extra step up on Gaia forming to take 3 extra power tokens. I like going up science with the Itars when you open PI because your knowledge production is going to be really low. So I think the plan is take this tile, move up here, take this tile, move up there, and then yeah, either take this or this tile. I think I slightly prefer this tile. I burned for tokens, and I took this tile, yeah, moving up AI, burn 4 more tokens, take this tile, move up science, and I burn 4 more tokens. Alright, I did not take the step up on Gaia. Yeah, because I don't really need to. I have 4 tokens. I'll take this power action going up to 6. I thought. Alright, I don't actually need to. This is interesting. So I also a little weird. Why did I not on one? So I guess my thinking is I want to pressure the 7 coins action, and then I could build a research lab this round. Be nice, but also I don't know. Yeah, I guess that's the plan. I do want to build a research lab and then take this tile and take another step up on Gaia form. But yeah, I don't know. I'm playing. Yeah, okay. I couldn't take the 7 coins action because somebody else took it. I'm still hoping to get both this power action and enough coins to be able to afford a research lab. So I'd need 3 more coins. And I really should have transformed 1 early power into 1 coin. Then I would have had 1 more coin and 1 less VP. That would have been fine. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get there. Build a mine. Yeah, and there's no rush really on this power action at the moment. I don't think anybody else can really afford to take it right now. Alright, I go with the research lab route. Alright, I'm not sure that's necessary. But yeah, I think because I had such a big coin issue, that's why I did it. Not so much for the knowledge, because with +3 that I already had, that would have been fine. But my coin production, just 1. But I guess I would have been at 4 if I hadn't upgraded. Yeah. Yeah, slightly awkward. Alright, yeah, now Terrans and Firaks have their own charge party down there. That's fine with me, at least Taklons are not charging from that. But I charge the Taklons, which is not right. I can Gaia form. Yeah, I want to Gaia form here because this is closer to the Terrans. This is pretty far away from the Terrans. And I want to stay on nav 0 for as long as I can. Oh yeah, next round I will definitely go to nav 1 at least. Get this. Yeah. Firaks get to econ 4, like we would expect them to. And Interestingly enough, they have 2 trade stations, only 1 mine. So they got some extra points to that, but they out on ore income, which I feel is more crucial early on this Firaks. I mean, Babook knows what he's doing. But I would have probably played it slightly different. So I guess there was no planet to jump to. And this got taken away by somebody, but it also would have been range 4. And yeah, if you don't have 2 jet. Ah, but he had this boost. Alright, so I take my pass now, I think. I'll free convert 1 because otherwise I bleed 1 power income. I take this tile. Yep, makes sense. Couldn't take this tile because bad. Right, let's look at the game state. So where we're at, I have PI, RL, 2 mines after round 2. Firaks have PI, 2 trade stations, a mine. Kinda similar, I would say, in strength to my opening. But I have 4 income tactiles now. Add to their 0, so that's pretty helpful. Terrans have AC, yes, and 4 mines. That's really, really strong. Daclons have basically the same, but 1 extra mine, which is even more powerful. But then they're the Taclons, they kind of need an early snowball. They have weaker tactiles as far as income goes. I'd give a slight nudge over to Terrans, like saying I'd rather be Terrans than Taclon, but not by a huge. Alright, so I burned 4 more tokens. I think I'll take this tile and go up navigation. No, I take this tile. Alright, that also comes. Oh, I think what I want to do is I want to build an AC to really boost my knowledge production, and with the AC, take this tile, jump up here. And then, yeah, because I have so many QICs, I'll probably be able to afford both this, and maybe even this. And I'll score a lot of points. That's the idea, I think. Yeah, I build an AC, and I take this tactile. And now this is one of the problems with the Itars. So in round 3, I now have 6 tactiles. So there's only 3 standard tactiles left that I can even take. It's kind of limiting, right? That's the biggest downside of the Itars. Right. So I think what I need to do, 1 QAC into 1, and then build probably here while I have the chance, right? Yeah. Let's go with 7 points for it. That's nice. Yeah, now I have 0. 0. I can definitely build 1 more mine for sure. Alright, Terrence went over there, so I don't think there's any way I can get 2 more Gaias built this round. But certainly this 1 Gaia. Somebody charged me, I like that a lot. Oh cool, and I got the 7 coins action. That's perfect. I really needed some coins. My ore production is gonna be in a good spot now with me building 1 more mine. Take my power rotation action. Makes sense, but I really need somebody else to charge me, otherwise it's not gonna do much for me. So actually I can charge myself, I guess. Yeah, by taking. I really want to go up science more. But now with my academy build, my science income is not too bad at +6, which is more than anyone else. And if I don't take another step up on Gaia, I don't get 3 power rotation, which means all my power and bolt 2 not doing anything. And I need to burn a QIC to get 1 more power token to be even able to Gaia form at all this round. So that would be really, really awkward. I mean, it's still awkward because now I have 2 Gaia formers, but I can only Gaia form once due to a lack of power token. Oh well. Now I get some. Okay, nice. Well, that's actually cool because that allows me to take this direction. No, I want the ore so I can build without losing the QIC, which also makes. Yeah, playing Itars sometimes feels a little like cheating. Like when you look at the tech tiles and how hard the other ones have to work for it and how free they are to me. But also fun. Alright, so now I can. Oh, I will build one more mine. Right, yeah, why not? It's extra ore. So happy to burn a QIC for that. And now I have PI, AC, and 5 mines. That's really, really powerful. I also have the victory point lead at this point in time. Then I can still Gaia form. My coin problem has been somewhat solved with the 7 coin action. Also good. So we're starting to get to a point where I'm not sure how many more tokens I want to burn. Because like I said, I already have 6 tactiles. If I build another academy, which I want to because of these extra 5 points, then I don't want to take too many more tactiles from the PI ability. I already took 4, which is a lot. I might only take 1 or 2. Right, I take a pass, and I guess I'll refill my power tokens. So taking this would also be interesting because that puts me up to 8 knowledge. But yeah, I like the power token. This is essentially a 3 ore. Best tactile. Best round boost. If you need the power token. Alright, so yeah, this is also very interesting. We have a game where Firaks at the end of round 3 already, like they're the only ones with the Federation. And they have 4 steps up on economy, 4 steps up on terraforming, and 2 steps up on navigation. So yeah, they're gonna take this tactile at the start of next round, scoring 5 extra points for it. So Firaks look like they're in a pretty decent spot. And they have 7 buildings. I mean, that's not bad for Firaks at the end of round 3. But I think we all get off to a really, really good start. I mean, look at this, right? ACRL 8 mines at the end of round 3. And then here we have ACRL 7 mines at the end of round 3. But this is also so strong. PI, AC, and 5 mines after 3 rounds. With like a gajillion of tiles. And Firaks also very powerful. Everyone's looking pretty hot. And if you look at the VPs, it's all very close, like the production and everything. But what I like about my position here is that I have a good knowledge income base. I have my big buildings, which are extremely powerful as Itars. I don't have any big problems at the moment. And like, there's some potential that I'll get all of these planets for myself. But this is a little isolated. But that's not so bad because I want to build one really uncomfortable federation for this final scoring objective. Alright, so this is the end of round 3. And we go to round 4. So now we want to go for federations. Oh, I might take this tactile now. Yes. Federation build. Yeah, yeah. So I can get federations. And that makes this federation possible. So I'll build 2 federations for sure this round. They cost me. And I probably want to take these federation tokens. I need power tokens more than anything else. I only have 5 of them. And I want a Gaia poem. Alright, yeah, and taking this power action at the highest priority, sure, for me. Yeah, Babu took Terra 5, like we discussed at the end of last round. I guess I'll defend here. Right, sure. So even with 2 beds already, the Firaks are only matching my VP. Probably they don't feel like they're doing well. Like I mean, everybody probably feels like they're doing somewhat okay, but also a little unsure as to where they stand compared to the other players. Right. So I upgrade 4, 6, 7. So probably this gets stay outside of a Fed. Or actually, I might make one small Fed and one bigger Fed, and I'll leave this one to do a really uncomfortable federation later on into the game. Yeah, that would also make a lot of sense. How can I build more mines? Right? Big Fed, and I take this federation. Like I mentioned before, with 2 extra power tokens. And probably do a small Fed. And also take either 2 power tokens or knowledge, so I can up the science track. Yep, small Fed. And I take the knowledge. Alright, that also makes some sense, I would say. 8 decline, 4 power for 3 victory points. Yeah. Maybe I should have taken them. Hope for this. And then kind of go here, but no, that doesn't work because I don't have it. Everything's kind of tricky. Navigation, right? Right, I think I have a problem that I can't reach any transdims at the moment. My range 2 and without a QIC. I think that's why, yeah, I can't reach any trend. And now I take the step up on science, which is nice because that gives me 8 knowledge at the start of next round. So I can take 2 more steps. Lab. Probably this. Oh no, I took... wow, that gave me 3 knowledge. Okay, that's really good then. Yeah, so I took this tile. Cool, so I could build another mine. I could... far away. I could go here, though, with this power action. But then I still don't have a transfer. So yeah, what I need to do is take another step on navigation so that I can do both of these things. Yeah, and that's what I do. I don't greed for science 4, but instead take navigation 4. So I can build here, and then I'll probably take this transfer. Oh, probably take. Yeah, probably. Yep. Mine. What do I have? 6 mines, research lab, and 2 big buildings. Yeah, that's really good. Like, usually you try to have 8 mines. When you have 2 big buildings, you have some leeway as for doing well. I have 2 big buildings and a research labs. Yeah, not getting the 7 or 8 mines is perfectly fine in this situation. Oh, and Firaks managed their second natural federation. That's really good for the future. I think I take my pass here. Yep. With whopping 8 tactiles. But I mean, Firaks have 7. And it's really cool that they managed to get this advanced tactile. We're all so close in terms of points. They're really hard to call, I think. Firaks, yeah. They are also doing really well on the tech tracks. Right, I don't think I burned 4. Yeah. I don't have a lot of tokens left anymore. And I want to build the AC next round, so I need to be able to take some federations, some tactiles. Otherwise, that would be a terrible waste. So I'm hoping nobody will steal this, so I can take it. And also I want to take this, probably. Because that gives me another sector. Too bad. And I want to be in new sectors, right? So I can score more points with this. Yeah, I take that. Parents take it away from me. So they don't actually have Gaia format ready at the moment. And I used my power rotation thing. And so the problem is I'm mainly on the right-hand side, so a lot of stuff is happening on the left-hand side and I don't profit from it at all, which is a little unfortunate. Oh well, be done about that now. This is a problem. Yeah, and the Firaks still have a free Federation token, so they might also take this advanced tactile. Be good for them. And I might be looking at taking the 2 QIC action here. But ppdx got there first, unfortunately. I built the research lab now because it gives me 2 more VP, and I still have 1 advanced tactile that I can take when I build my academy. So I That's not a waste, but I'll probably, again, not fire my PI ability next round. I don't really have anything. So I mean, I guess I could take this advanced tech. Oh, right. And I get, like, I want to go Science 5, Gaia 5, and also take the advanced science tactile. So I need 3 fat tokens to do all that. Alright, I managed to, yeah, that's nice that I snuck Transdim up there, which is another sector, which is potentially a way to burn a lot of satellites. What's the satellite count? I have 5. But also I have 7 plus 2 power tokens, which is, well, less than the Terrans, but everyone else has less than me. But I guess Firaks already have more satellites than this. Right, because I have to pass pretty soon, I take Gaia 5 now, so that there's no world where the Terrans sneak up there and take it quickly. And they could have, right? They only need to build 1 more research lab. They have 4 knowledge at the ready, so yeah, don't be too greedy. Take the points while you can get them. And I'm kind of happy passing early. That could potentially give me an early QAC power action. QAC action, not power action. But yeah, probably not, because he can take the 2 QAC action, which is probably the best for him. I will not have enough power to free transform into QAC. And there's... Alright, there is 1 tactile that I could take, right? Yeah, I could take this. But I don't think it's worth it. Oh yeah, and now the Terrans start crawling up on science and pressure me for it. But I don't think they have... Yeah, they could actually take it this bad for me. I don't know in how many sectors they are. I didn't expect them to just brush up on science this round. But they did not take this yet. I mean, they are in no rush. I need to get to Science 4 first, because they need to worry about anything. I don't burn anything, because there's no tactile that I can still take, unfortunately. Immediately, yeah, Babu takes a QAC action, but not the 2 QAC one, the QAC one, and then ppdx takes the 2 QAC action. And interestingly, Jesseg decides not to take this advanced tactile, and I was really surprised. I thought, like, what's the point of rushing up science if not to take this advanced tactile? I mean, he had a fat token. How many sectors is he in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 12 AP. That's pretty good. I'm pretty sure I immediately built my AC for 5 points and take that advanced tactile. Like, I'm okay not taking Science 5 here, but I really want those 10 points. Really, really want those 10 points. And like I said, yeah, I'm a little surprised that Jesse didn't take. But I guess he had other plans. I don't remember those other plans. Yeah. I think my next plan is trying to race for Science 5. But I doubt that I can get it. But I'm doing quite okay on the victory point department, and I'll also score pretty well on the tech tracks. But what's my last iteration? Yeah, probably this is gonna be my last iteration. 8, 9 tokens. Exactly. Or can I do one really long one over there? Maybe. Alright, yeah, Terrence took Science 5. I think I'd rather take Advanced Science for 12 points than take Science 5. Right? Am I going to take the QAC power action? Probably not. I think going up AI for more QACs, which can be formed into power tokens, which will be transformed into satellites, I think. So I have 9, 5, potentially 16 potential satellites that I can still. Oh, I accept this as yeah, I guess I'll do one really big federation. I take the 12 EP one. Yeah, right. I mean, there's nothing else left for me. I am basically out of order now. How am I looking? I have 20 satellites. That is a lot. That is a lot, especially for Itars who usually burn a lot. But I only have 11 buildings inside Federation, so I'll probably do terrible on this. But I might do really well on this. And I'll also score pretty well on the tech track. And I have a small VP lead. And I'll also gain, yeah, this is probably worth mentioning that we only had 2 scores, and I managed to take one of them. It's a pretty good one. It's gonna score me 7. Whereas the Firaks and the Taklons have no such thing. So yeah, I think I'm doing really well on the victory point. I just don't really know if it's gonna be enough to win this game because like ppdx is not far behind me. I think I do a lot better than Taklon's tech tracks. They only have 24 points, yeah, and nothing over there. They will not get any points for passing. They'll probably just take another 12 EP fed and build some trade stations. That's it. And I score 12, 20, 36 points from the track. So that's 12 more points than them from the track. I'll also do better than them on the satellite scoring. So yeah, I think I'll be ahead of the Taklons. I also think I'm going to be ahead of the Terrans, because they are like 55 points behind me right now. But they have a lot of stuff coming up, and they'll do super well in the tech scoring as well. Yeah, Firaks take another 12 EP Federation. They will be almost done. Like Firaks are 18, 16 points. Right? They scored 12 from passing because of this tactile. 16 points, but they score plus 1 point than me from final resources. And they have 19 satellites to my 20. Oh, that's rough. Okay. So yeah, I'll do well in the satellite final scoring, and I'll do terrible on buildings and feds final score. That's fine. That's really close though. One satellite. Right. Now Terrans are gonna solo for a bit. Take the for QAC action. And so what are we thinking? I think I'll outscore the Taklons. They win this, but they lose that. So we're basically even in, we are even in final scoring. I score the same as them. The resource scoring, I have 6 points lead over them, and I'll score plus 12 points. From the tech tracks, I should be 6 plus 12, 18 points ahead of the Taklons. Where do we rank our chances? Firaks. This is plus 6 me. This is minus 9, so I'll lose points. Them on the final scoring. I have 60 points each. Well, 15 points because the resource minus 12. How much do they score from the tech tracks? This is 20. Also 20. 40 plus 4, 40. I score 36. There's an 8-point difference. So I should be slightly in front of the Firaks. Well, so depending on what the parents can pull out of the bag, I think I got this point. I'll do one more federation. That should not. Yeah. Oh, that means they tie with me. Cost me 3 more points. But it's also costing the Firaks points here and here. So that increases my lead over the Firaks. It basically takes the Taklons out of the game. And because there's still a point differential, I think I got it over. But this is a pretty close game, if I recall correctly. It's just a couple of points between all the factions. So yeah, this is the final situation. 175 to 169, 165, 154. So like this is 6 points difference, this is 4 points difference. This is the biggest difference, 11 points. And so, I mean, always interesting to look back at the auction and stuff. And my gut feeling was that Taklons would have a somewhat harder time due to the initial setup and the fact that there was no clear goal that you absolutely strive for. Like they took, I mean, this tile I don't rate very highly, and this can be really nice, but I think this was their second tactile they took, and at that point it wasn't be that strong anymore. Just a somewhat awkward game to play as Taklons. And yeah, apparently not worth bidding 5 EP over. But how could you know, right, at the start of the game? And even without those 5 points, it wouldn't have made. So yeah, that means I won this game, and therefore won my division with 12 points in total. Babook then takes second place with 7 points. DX with 6 and Jesseg with 5 points. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any comments, let me know. But I think that was somewhat clean. Oh, and yeah, I was thinking, like, if instead of going for Science 5, Terence had taken this advanced tactile from me, what would that have changed? I would have scored slightly more tech points, right? I would have had 10 less VP from advanced tactiles, but I would have instead gotten Science 5, which in and of itself would have been worth. Or make my. I think I could have taken. I don't know. I don't really know how much that would have changed. Jesse would have scored less with the tech scoring, but more from advanced tactiles. Either probably it wouldn't have changed all that much. I don't really know. So anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day and goodbye.